Hello, in this tutorial we will learn how to switch between materials smoothly. In one of previous tutorials on this channel, we have already learned a way of changing materials, but it is an instant change. With this method we can change the whole material or the texture inside the material, but again, this method works instantly. So it will be a quick instant change on the click. But what if we need to switch between two materials smoothly and we have a lot of textures for both these materials? Well, that's what this tutorial is about. So, first we need to modify our material a little bit. Right now we have only one texture set for one material. And we can switch this setup with color. But let's say we need to switch between the textures. So, let's do that. First, let's delete the color. Our previously used texture will go into a channel. Then let's set value to 0. And this setup will give us the default material with the default texture. Now we need to add a second slot for the second texture. And let's plug it into B channel. And now we need to load the second image for this node instead of what we already have. It may be another image with another texture or even some technical image, for example, 1 pixel texture. Right now it doesn't matter, so I will select Pine base color. Let's see how it works. And here we go. When I change the value, we switch between two textures smoothly. Now we need to do the same with normal map. Let's copy the normal map node. Then let's select the image. It will be the second texture from the second texture set. Let's also grab mix color node, copy it here, and plug our new texture here into the B channel. Now this value, which already changes between two textures, let's use it as a factor. And now, when I change the value from 0 to 1 and back, the whole set of textures will also change. Also, let's not forget to set the normal map to non-color instead of sRGB. Now, let's name our texture slots. The first one, I will call it Wood 1 Base Color. And the second one will be called Wood 2 Base Color. Also, let's do the same for normal maps. The first will be called Wood 1 Normal, and it will correspond to the first color texture. Then the second one will be called Wood 2 Texture, and it will correspond with the second texture. Alright, now all the preparations are done, so let's export it to Verge 3D. Now back to the application, and it is already prepared for texture change. Instead of colors, here are 4 textures which we can change too. And of course the texture sets are prepared as well. We have 4 sets here, for each wood material, chestnut base color, pine base color, walnut base color and wanky base color, plus the normal maps for these color textures. All of them are called in the same fashion. First the wood type and then the texture type, base color or normal. Alright, let's go to puzzles, and here I have already prepared the puzzles to visualize the buttons. Now we just need to make them interactive. So, first of all, we will need the if operator. Let's start by changing to the second texture or wanky texture. Let's add a comparison, and we will be comparing the value here in the material. Let's grab the puzzle Get Value, Material Table Mat, and the value Switcher, and here we will check if it is equal to 0 or 1. If it is equal to 1, we will upload the texture into the second slot. Let's go to Materials Puzzle group and grab the puzzle Replace Texture. Select our material and second slot, Wood to Base Color. And here let's type in our texture name. It is called Wenge Base Color.jpg. Also, let's do the same for the normal map. We will just need to change base color to normal and also the format, because normal map is .png. Alright, let's save and check how it works in the app. And nothing seems to have changed, but actually the textures did change. We just need to animate the factor between first and second texture slots. For that we will need a puzzle animate param. And we will animate it from 0 to 1 with duration 1 second. And we will do it for the value switcher in material table mat. It is important to animate the switcher after the textures were already loaded. Alright, let's save and check in the app. Let's press the second texture, and here we go, now we have a smooth change. Alright, so that works, but what if we need the material to change to the third texture? If we just change the texture, we will change the second slot, which is already active. So we need to create a condition. When the second slot is already active, the new texture will be uploaded to the new slot, and the animation will play backwards from second to first. So if the switcher value is set to 1, then we will upload the texture into the first slot. So here let's select one base color, here one normal, and the animation for the switcher will play from 1 to 0. Alright, let's check, and right now we only have one extra texture, the Wenge texture. If we press it again, the texture will be just re-uploaded, so nothing will change. So let's add some extra textures to switch to. First, let's create a procedure and place this whole setup into the new procedure. Let's call it texture smooth animation, and inside the procedure let's create a new variable, which we will call new texture. And we will use this variable to create a new texture, so we don't need to copy this whole structure again and again. Also we will need a text input, our new variable, new texture, let's place it here, and a text field, let's place it here. We will only need to input the name of the texture, so walnut, pine, etc. The second part of the name will be filled automatically, as we have the same postfix groups between all texture sets. Here the postfix will be basecolor.jpg, and let's place it here instead of the whole name. And here, instead of the basecolor.jpg, let's type in normal.png. And let's copy the same for the second slot. And now, inside of these events, let's place our procedure. And here we just need to type in the names of our texture groups. The first group is for chestnut. Let's type it in. Next, the second group is Wenge. The third group is Pine. And the fourth texture set is Walnut. Alright, everything is ready, let's check how it all works. When we press first texture, we have smooth animation. And same with second, third, and fourth textures. So everything works perfectly. Alright, that's all. See you in the next tutorial.